I'm here for the first European press conference, joined by Ireland's Leona Maguire and France's Celine Boutier. Leona, let's start with you. Back here in Spain, I know you were here a few months ago. What's the course looking like this week?
Yeah, it's really good. Played 18 this morning. Nice to see them all. And yeah, there's some really good variety. I think the par threes are really strong. Obviously, it's exciting first hole to start off with the potential for people driving the green. And the greens are tricky. They're pretty slopey in places. They're getting faster. They're grainy. So I think with any Solheim Cup, putting will be the key this week.
And Celine, same with you. I know you played this morning. How was the course out there?
Yes, played the front nine. It was very good to be able to see the course. I think it's very much about placement out here and a little bit longer than I would have wanted. But I think it's going to be a good challenge and very good match play course.
And Celine, you've had such a great summer. I know you've been looking forward to this Solheim Cup. How excited are you to be playing on European soil? Obviously, it's been 4 years since you made your debut in Glen Eagles.
Yeah, it's always so much fun, and to be able to come back in European soil with fans is definitely something I'm looking forward to. And already today, seeing a few faces and encouragement on the course was already pretty nice feeling. So very looking forward to the rest of the week.
And Leona, obviously first time out, last time in the States, where you only had your sister with you, whereas I know everyone's coming this week. How excited are you for your first Solheim on European soil?
Yeah, really excited. It was there was quite a lot of Irish people heading over on my flight even on Sunday, and then today there was quite a few tricolours out there. A few people dressed up already today, which is pretty impressive for a Tuesday. So yeah, really excited and nice to have the fans cheering along and everybody so excited for us to be here, and hopefully we can give them something to cheer about.
I'm going to open the floor up to questions, and on the Zoom, if you could just type your question in the chat. If you could put your hands up, and Emily will come with the mic. Amy?
The U.S. team is not using the pod system this year. We in the media try to kind of read into who comes in together and sits together in the press conferences to figure out who could possibly be playing together. Is there anything we should read into with you two sitting up here together?
No, I mean, we spent 2 years at Duke together. Celine's just missed me so much this summer. She wanted to do her press conference with me, so she said she's going to say a lot of nice things.
Yeah, no comment.
Could you speak to your involvement in talking with Suzanne to determine who you will or won't be playing with this week?
Yeah, I think we have a fantastic team this week. I think there's lots of options of who can play with who, and it's obviously a new team, and you'll see some familiar pairings and some new pairings, and she's done a lot of these. She's done 9 herself, so she knows what she's doing. So I think both myself and Celine are pretty flexible. We'll play with just about anybody, so we're going to do whatever Suzanne needs us to do this week.
Brian?
Hi Leona, you had such a fantastic Solheim Cup the last time. I'm just wondering, how you use that as fuel for this week, and also on the other side of it, how do you temper your expectations coming into a week like this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously last time went about as well as it possibly could have, but it's a brand new event this time. It's a brand new venue, a brand new team, both on the European and US side. I think the US have a fantastic team this time. I think they have a young team that's ready to go, and yeah, ultimately, I'll try and win as many points as I can, but we'll just prepare as well as we can and go in with very little expectations like the last time. Same way as I approach any other event, just because it's worked well in the past doesn't really make much difference for this time. And it almost feels like a little bit like a rookie again, playing on home soil. This is all still a new experience for me, so just try and enjoy the week as much as I can and feed off the energy of the crowd as much as I can.
Got your former Duke teammate there beside you, Celine. You have a chance now to say some nice things about Leona. How would you define Leona Maguire? How would you describe her as a player, and what did you think of her performance in the last Solheim Cup where you were watching it?
Yeah, I mean, her last performance was essentially flawless. So yeah, very impressive. I think she's a very steady and consistent player, great around the greens, definitely very good putter. So I feel like it's going to be definitely a weapon for match play. And her performance from the last edition of the Solheim definitely shows that. So yeah, I definitely would not want to be paired against Leona.
One.
So a couple of things you two have in common is you haven't lost the Solheim Cup, and you have one of the best records throughout the Solheim Cup. So do you feel there's going to be a lot of expectations of you this week of like winning everything again or having a record like that?
I mean, we're going to try our best. It's all we can do. I think me and Celine like to just stick to our own routines. We're pretty sort of quiet and just go about our business very quietly and very efficiently, and same way as we do for any other week, any other major or big tournament. So yeah, we'll have hopefully a lot of people cheering us on and hoping we do well, and yeah, try and do as best we can.
Yeah, I don't think we really are worrying about expectations right now. We're just trying to prepare the best that we can, obviously trying to figure out the pairings and do the best with what we have, what we're being paired with and against. And I think just worry about the results later. I think we just can only give our best, and I feel like we should be pretty satisfied if everything goes according to the plan.
And then one more thing about the endurance this week here. It's a tough golf course. It's going to be a tough walk. So how have you prepared physically, and also will you take some weight off the back for your caddies?
Yeah, we'll have to. I mean, it's nice that the good weather, so no umbrellas and no extra waterproofs and everything. Plenty of water out there, I think, as well. It's going to be hot. But yeah, it's going to be just as much of a physical test this week as a mental test, and managing energy, I think, is going to be big. We have a lot of practice, a lot of media, a lot of things this week, a lot of dinners. So managing energy throughout the week is going to be key to make sure we still have plenty in the tank for Sunday.
Yes, I've been, trying to rest as much as I could. I feel like everyone kind of prepared us ahead of time, saying it was going to be a very physical course. So I think just trying to prepare the best you can, as at the same time save some energy for the actual tournament. And I feel like just being able to just play it like once or a few times, just get the hang of it, and then just going to rest for the tournament is going to be pretty important.
I have a question from Beth Ann on the chat for Celine. You had such a stellar debut at Gleneagles. How are you a different player this year as a major champion? And how has your role on the team changed since 2019?
I don't feel like as a player I've evolved that much. I feel like my game is very much similar. I feel like I was playing very well in Gleneagles, and I feel like being able to experience everything for the first time, and the energy, and being partnered with Georgia was also ended up being such a good pairing that everything just worked out in our favor. But as a player and as a person, I don't feel too different. I don't feel like my role in particular has changed much. I feel like I'm just trying to do my best out there and bring as many points as I can. And then the rest is really not up to us. So I'm just really trying to do my best and try to not let my teammates down.
And a final one for both of you. How would you describe Suzanne's leadership style so far?
Yeah, I mean, she's obviously very competitive. She has an unbelievable record, so we really want to win for her. But she's been great. She's been very open. She's been very transparent with everything this week. She's been communicating a lot with what she's thinking about pairings and different things. So yeah, she's trying to get all of our inputs and really wants what's best for the team. And yeah, ultimately we have to hit the shots. So it's a little bit out of her control, but she's been really good so far.
Celine?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's been nice to be able to voice our opinions and our thoughts on the pairings. I feel like It's not always been the case in the past, but I feel like it's very important that we feel comfortable with the choices that she ultimately decides to make. So I think it's been nice to be kind of feeling a little bit more involved, and I feel like, yeah, she's definitely so competitive that I feel like she's probably going to be more pumped up than us. So it's going to be really cool to be able to play for her and play for the team.
Another question over here.
Christophe Couvra, Le Parisien, Journal du Dimanche. Céline, regarding the victories you had this year, incredible victories, has it changed the way you see success in golf with the victories you had this year? Do you change the way you see victories in golf, for example? Is it different for you?
I think each victory is a little bit different. There's no one way to think about it. Obviously, this week as a team, the victory is very different than what it is on a normal tournament week. But it's all good. I feel like just because we have 12 players and the captains and the vice captains this week, it just makes the emotion so much stronger. That is definitely a different feel for victory, and it's definitely something that's incredibly rewarding, and so I feel like I definitely want to experience that again this year. So hopefully we'll have a great week and great memories.
You can.
Oui, and also, would you, if you had to choose between a gold medal in the Olympics in Paris next year and another major victory in golf, what would you choose?
I'm not going to choose. I'll take either one.
Perfect. Thank you. That's all. We'll wrap up. Good luck this week, Celine and Leona.